What are we talking about? It's a lot of times when we go to have a conversation, it turns into a fight. Because if one person don't agree with this person, then it's back and forth.
There's a lot of like, take me as I am, I'm hearing nowadays. And people it doesn't seem like people are really willing to put the work in.
I want to see how you carry yourself when you're mad. Because I've noticed a lot nowadays that people on both sides is just buck wild, out of control. They'll do anything, say anything when they mad, and they expect the other person to just put up with it. And I'm not going for that.
There's some things going on in my relationship I had to figure out. Yeah, it'd be some hard times, but guess what? I'm gonna figure it out. I always do.
Worry about what's in your control. You can't control what nobody else did to you. All you can do is control what you do moving forward.
Honestly, I'm lost right now. I'm 23. I'm not where I wanted to be in life. I'm not exactly where I thought I would be 5 years ago. But I'm happy with the progress that I'm making right now today. So if I can tell y'all anything, I can tell you.
Hello world. Welcome to another episode of Generational Health and Self-Love. I'm your host, Life, and today I have two special guests with me. Our topic today is dating in 2025. Yeah, because that's a big topic. You know, if you turn on social media today, that's a lot of what you're gonna see. People talking about dating, whether it's good or bad. Most of it, I would say, probably negative, but we're gonna get into it and we're gonna give a male's perspective on what's going on and how dating is in 2025. So first, before we get into the topic, I want my guests to introduce themselves.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Rocket. I'm 23, and I feel like I have a pretty good understanding on what's going on today.
What's up, y'all? I'm James. I'm 24, and yeah, let's do it.
All right, so they gave you their names, they gave you their age, so we're gonna get right into it. We ain't gonna play around with it. I want to hear from, I guess I'm gonna start off with Rocket. What's your perspective as far as like, is the dating game good? Is it bad? And depending on your question, explain it for us.
All right, if I would have to say, is the dating game good or bad? I would have to say in 2025 it's bad. To elaborate on that, when I say bad, I mean what people are looking for in each other. I feel like it's not so much what companionship used to be. People are looking for values that others can bring, and I guess how they can use them in a sense. But on both sides, I don't think that there's a true desire for companionship.
Yeah. Interesting.
As far as is it good or bad in 2025, I would say it really depends on what it is you're looking for. If you're looking for love, I think it's a little bit worse off than it was in the old days. If you just looking to have fun, that's what you're gonna get nowadays. That's what you're gonna get right about now. If that's what you're looking for, then the answer to that is yes, it is good. If you're looking for love, then no.
Ooh, interesting. If you're looking for love, then no. I want to speak on that real quick because I think a lot of people get really confused when it comes to relationships, and I think the reason why a lot of relationships fail is because people are looking for the wrong things in relationships, and that's the number one problem. If you're looking for love, then you gonna lose every time. That's number one, because first love you find is within yourself. So I think a lot of people, they go into a relationship, you want a person to love you more than what you're willing to love yourself. That's a problem off the top. How you gonna expect me to love you better than you love yourself? That's kind of like confusing in a relationship, because in the door, you're gonna have to have some level of love for yourself. In order to get that from somebody else, you gotta already possess it. You can't expect me to come into a relationship and give you something that you're empty. You trying to feel something. I can't feel that for you. You got to feel it for yourself. So if you're looking for love, you already lost. Second of all, what are you looking for in a relationship? Are you looking for, I just want someone to hold me and love me? Stop watching all the TV. That's the first problem. You know, because that's an illusion. Those things it's just fairy tale. The first thing you should be looking for is somebody that you can build with. Somebody that you can turn liabilities into assets, things of that nature. Somebody that you can, just build a foundation with, other than just talking about some love, because love ain't gonna take you but so far. The same love you met each other with, it ain't gonna be the same love that's gonna carry you through the relationship. So stop looking for stuff that's already should be within you. I think that's one thing. Second of all, I want to ask y'all some questions, or more questions too. With the dating in 2025, how would you say, as far as your experience goes, how would you say the women are today? Are these women holding values, or they're just being just all over the place? Are they some women that you can say, okay, I can look and see myself with a person like that? Or is it hard to see women like that nowadays?
I'm definitely gonna say it's really difficult to find women of true moral value, I'll say. I feel like 2025, there's a lot of movements and stuff that push negative influences.
Yeah.
Because I'll say that a lot of women nowadays try to push a promiscuity is okay kind of narrative. And for me, and for what I look for in a woman that I would like to have a relationship with, maybe turn to my wife one day, that's not what I'm looking for. And a lot of women nowadays, I tend to see that they say things along the lines of like, well, somebody will love me or take me how I come, or something like that. And it's just not really like, you gotta really work on yourself so you can be for somebody else one day. Mm-hmm. And if you're not really willing to take those strides, make those steps, and maybe somebody will, and just not me.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
What was the original question again?
Is it like, are the women today that your experience, or do they have values, they have morals, and things of that nature?
Yeah, it's difficult, for sure. I would say the majority is in question on like having the same morals as myself. Mm-hmm. And belief system, and really, a lot of like how you carry yourself, what you stand for, things of that nature. I know there's a lot of, like, for example, like showing off too much skin at any given time. That's very prominent nowadays. Mm-hmm. It didn't always used to be like that. There used to be a lot more class, I'd say. The level of class has gone down. I would say it's on a decline. Mm-hmm. The way you carry yourself is a very big part of how a man would view you as his wife, because now you are a representation of me. So like, you have to carry yourself in a way that's in line with how I carry myself. And I would say a large majority of the girls that I met don't fit that. Yeah. And for me to look at you
a certain way, mm-hmm. I feel like it's like if I see a girl wearing certain things, mm-hmm. showing certain things, and not leaving too much to imagination, the perspective that I'm gonna have of her, mm-hmm. isn't gonna be like, oh, that's a girl that I want to mm-hmm. pursue, make my wife. Like, maybe you could say that's judging a book by its cover, but that's all I can go off of. Yeah. Like when you're meeting people, all you can go off of is your judgment. Yeah. Of them and as they present themselves. Yeah. So if you present yourself as a certain thing, like my sister used to tell me something growing up, dress how you would like to be addressed. Mm. So if you present yourself in a certain fashion, people might take you less serious.
Yeah.
Some men might look at you and say, hey, maybe she's just here for a good time. Maybe she's just here for a fun time. Maybe she's not here for a long time. Yeah. And if you show yourself in a different fashion, maybe they'll look at you and be like, hey, maybe I might just want to actually see what's underneath. I might want it, like, what's underneath the skin.
Right.
Like, let me get to know you. Let's see what's under.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely feel you on that, because you see a lot of women right now with just a lot of skin showing more than ever, and it's okay for them. They think it's okay. They think, yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with entertainment. The entertainment business is
social media.
Social media entertainment is leading our women down the wrong road when it comes to the way they carry themselves, their bodies, their cleavage. They're showing too much, you know what I mean? And they don't see it as a problem because they seen Susie Lollipop on social media with it out, and she got a lot of followers. So since she got a lot of followers, maybe this is how I get a lot of followers, or this is how I get attention, or whatever the case may be. But you got to know what comes with that, and that's the other part that they never explain. They tell you the good part of it, or the so-called good part, but they don't tell you the other things that come with that, the type of sexual attacks and behavior that comes with that, the energy, you know, the negativity and all the other things that you don't see in the beginning. So when a man sees that, you know, he don't necessarily just say, oh, you might be this or you might be that, but he might say, that's probably not the woman I want. You know, whether you are a good woman or not, he might not even take the time to figure that out, because if you become his woman, he's not going to want you to continue to dress like that. And see, that will become a problem, because she's going to be like, well, when you met me, I was like this. Well, now we together. So I don't like that. Well, that's what drew you to me. It may have, it may not. But when I got to know you, I seen it was some qualities outside of that I liked and I gravitated towards, but it will be a problem in your relationship. So know that, and just kind of be understanding of each other's opinions and the way the values or whatever the case may be. Now, you guys, I want to ask you something. Since I know y'all said something about the women and what they wearing and things out. I know for a fact you guys have a lot of female friends, and so when your female friends that you're real cool with, if you see them dressing sometimes with a little more skin out than normal, do you guys have a conversation, and if you do, what's that like?
Okay, what I will say about this is I have had conversations about it, but I haven't had conversations about what they're wearing specifically, because of the fact that it is 2025. Telling a woman about her articles of clothing is a touchy topic as is. Yes. So for that to not be my girlfriend, although you are my friend and I do care about you, I will tell you that I'll tell you the truth about the world. Like, hey, some men don't like this, and some men will look at you and say these things maybe, but I'm not ever gonna be like, you should change, because that's just not my place, and that could lead to an argument. But have I had conversations about that? Yeah, with my female friends, definitely.
Yeah, I've had conversations as well, the same exact conversations he's had. Something else I would say is I've noticed a lot of defensiveness on this topic when you do try to advise a woman on how she is carrying herself and the way she dresses. Yeah, they don't take that criticism very well, I would say, right now in this age. You can try to tell them that, but a lot of times you'll hear, oh, you don't control me. It's my body, my choice. Oh, this not for you. This is for me. I'm not wearing this for y'all. I'm wearing this for me. And Me personally, I think that's a lie.
Yeah.
I think if you're showing all of that, there's no way that you have to show that for yourself.
Yeah.
But to each his own. But it's a lot of backlash. There's a lot of backlash when you do try to give them advice on that. And you can come about in a good way. Sometimes people will receive that in a good fashion, and maybe even make lifestyle changes after the fact, and that's good. But definitely a lot of defensiveness or making reasons for why it would be okay instead of, well, not even necessarily instead of, because sometimes it's like they'll say they agree with you, but still try to make more reasons on why it's okay though. So it's like, if you agree with me, I understand that there are reasons where sometimes it's okay, but if you agree with me, then it shouldn't even be all these different reasons of why you're trying to make it acceptable. It's just either it is or it isn't. It's just is or isn't type of situation. And yeah, that's that on that.
I just have something else to say on that. Like you said, yeah, there will be a lot of backlash and defensiveness about it. And I'll say that, like, if I were to say to a woman that, oh, these certain things that I don't like, I often see that they try to convince me otherwise, like why I shouldn't think the way that I think. Like, if I say, oh, I don't like a woman that shows too much skin, if I were to take a girl for real, that's not really the type I go for. I often see that they'll be like, well, why not? You shouldn't judge her, da 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 da. And the way I feel about that is, genuinely, I don't feel like you should be trying to force me to lower my standards. If I say that I have certain standards, I feel like you should encourage them, if anything, because there's a lot of people nowadays that don't have standards. So I feel as if the fact that I do have standards, you should be encouraging that as my friend instead of telling me I should lower them in a sense.
Definitely, I agree with you on that. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. You definitely should be encouraging that behavior instead of saying it's okay. You know, it's not okay, because we also have certain standards, and that's the way we maintain our relationships, is having standards. You know, so I definitely agree with that. Now I want to go ahead and talk about a few things as far as, how do you feel about dating multiple women? Do you feel like it's okay? And I mean, when I say dating, I mean, like, say you in a relationship, not, you know, you're not in a relationship, you're trying to get to know a few people. But say you in a relationship with a woman right now today, and do you feel it's okay to just strictly be with that woman, or do you feel it's okay to continue to talk to other women while you're in a relationship?
Okay, so me, myself, I can say this with a big smile on my face and a cross on my heart. I've never cheated, and I don't condone that. If my friends are cheating, if anything like that, look, I'm gonna tell them, like, yo, you probably shouldn't be doing X, Y, and Z. Why you even doing X, Y, and Z? Those conversations get given. Hey, they're grown men. I'm not gonna tell another man what to do. I'm just gonna put some stuff in the air. You can choose to pick out what you want to or not.
Right.
But yeah, I don't believe that. I'm a very religious individual. I'm a Christian. I believe that you're supposed to have one wife. And that's just the way it's supposed to be. One wife. You have your kids, family. If you're in a relationship, I feel like you should only be with one person. To each his own, though. Yeah. To each his own. If you believe in having multiple wives or girlfriends, hey, more power to you, honestly. Hey, I wish.
Yeah, on that topic, I would say it's whatever you discuss with your partner. And my dad actually had just said something the other day. I want to bring this up. He said the number one problem in today's relationships is undisclosed expectations. And that's powerful because there's so many different examples of undisclosed expectations that turn a relationship sour just like that. The minute you have a problem with something that you never said anything about, or something comes up, there's a lot to go along with that. But yeah, the undisclosed expectations, you're supposed to have a conversation on when y'all are firm in y'all relationship and y'all are now exclusive with just each other. I feel like that's a conversation that is had. That's a conversation I have had myself with a girl I was dealing with.
It was more of building generations. You know, so you might have, say you have 7 or 8 different wives and you might have 32, 35 kids. You know, that's like building, that's an easy way to build generational wealth. Like, it's way easier. And not only that, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't about the sex. You wasn't all you and all your wives sleeping together and stuff like that. You still did your thing separated amongst yourself, but not with everybody. It wasn't to come join in and do all this type of stuff. It wasn't based on that. This is prior to colonization. So we understood life, and we didn't commercialize sex. And that's what you see now. Sex has been commercialized. So people don't even have an understanding of what sex truly is. It was just really about, like I said, it was about nation building for real. Just look out in nature. Ain't no tigers married. Ain't no giraffes. They just building families, you know what I mean? And teaching them youngins, and after they get a certain age, they on their own. And that's kind of like, you know, there's something similar, but like I said, you know, if you was a farmer, then you had farmers. If you were someone who built, then you had builders. You know, you would bring builders into the world to help you build upon whatever it is that you're trying to build. If you're, like I said, if you're farming, you would have enough children that you can run the whole farm with just your family. And you continue to grow that legacy with having more and more and more families. Nowadays, like I say, sex has been commercialized, so people look at it as a form of love and this certain kind of feeling. Of course, you're gonna have a feeling when you have that type of energy between two people, but it was way more than that. And when you lay down, you knew what you was laying down for. You had a purpose. It wasn't just to satisfy you physically, you know. So, and nowadays, when you're married, you have a commitment and you have a contract. And you have to sign that, and you have to agree to that. So, the people that's married nowadays, they marry. I think it's commercialized as well. People have watered down the word marriage to the point to where you see so many people in divorce court, and people, especially in the entertainment business, get married and they won't have, and all this stuff you see in the social media. You know, so. Be careful if there's something that you choose to do. Just make sure that you're marrying somebody who really care about you, somebody who really has your back, whether you up, whether you down, no matter what's going on. Because a lot of times people forget about the hard times. Because when they look on social media and they see all these, they just look so good together. But it's a lot of stuff that people go through. So are you going to stick around when times ain't as good as they was last week or the last year? Are you going to ride out through that rough patch, or are you going to take off and you're going to go to the next person and try to see if you can fulfill that empty space in your heart or wherever it may be? But yeah, I agree. I definitely agree, because no one wants to hurt someone that they love, you know, and see them go through a lot of pain because of their mistakes. So I definitely agree with you. Another thing I want to talk about with the dating in 2025, do you see it be more of a issue from the women's point of view or from the men's point of view, or do you see it being based on the individual basis, or men at fault, or who you think are the big issue when it comes to dating in 2025?
I think I have a perfect answer for this. The fault in dating in 2025 is on both parties having beef with the other side. I feel like in 2025, there's more men hating on women and women hating on men than ever before. And I feel like that's part of the biggest reason on why there's so much distance between the two. That's why there's all these other genders getting brought into the picture and other things, because there's a gap that's not getting filled because there's so much tension between the two sides. And just because I can sit here and point fingers all day, but at the end of the day, they can sit there and point fingers back. So if everything isn't perfect on one end, then nobody can point a finger.
I definitely agree with everything he just said. The fault of the problems in today is based on a lot of things. One of them is a system that was created. The system created was meant to help, like, trying to divide us. And I feel like we're feeding right into what they've been trying to do to us, specifically within our community as well. It's a lot of back and forth hate on both sides. As far as I'm a guy, so of course I feel a lot of the hate that comes towards men, but I also am aware of the hate that men give towards women as well. And I think, for one, we need to have more understanding of each other on both sides and understanding why the other person feels that way, because I think I can understand for the most part why women feel attacked by men in different, and I definitely can have some empathy there and relate to that on a lot of the issues that they're talking about. However, I do believe that sometimes there's a lack of accountability. A lot of it is sometimes I think there's a lot of victim mentality going on in 2025. Everybody's just saying, "Oh, all this stuff's happening to me. All this stuff's happening to me." Okay, let's not worry about what's going on out of your control. Let's worry about what's in your control. What's in your control, you can take accountability for the stuff that you are doing or the stuff that you're not doing. And that's on both sides, men and women. And I think the roles are starting to get really blurred. I'm a traditional man. I believe in pretty much I believe in men, women. There is more masculine things and more feminine things. And as of right now, I think there's a lot of gray area on a lot of different things. And we need to just get a control on understanding each other and going back towards that tradition.
Yeah. I want to go ahead and piggyback off that, because it's when I look on social media, and one of the reasons why I'm having this discussion is, for one, is I see people talking about relationships a lot on social media. It's like it's a big money grab for people that's doing podcasts, who's doing any type of social media. So a lot of people ain't really trying to solve a problem. They're really trying to continue a conversation and recycle information in order to keep their ratings going up, to keep views, and to get people to, look onto their channel or their page and be like, yeah, he or she know what they talking about because they hit on this and they say this and that. No, they don't really. They know people are emotionally fragile right now, so they playing a lot of people's intelligence, and they really like play on the weak. And so you see people recycling this information over and over and over and over again, and it makes it. And a lot of people feel like they really trying to help us, and they really trying to, they don't give a damn about how you feel or what you going on. All they care about all the activity that's going on their page, and they like, damn, okay, I went from talking about this to talking about. I went from talking about that to talking about this, and now I see I'm getting way more followers. I'm getting way more engagement. So let me keep talking about this and keep recycling, saying the same thing over and over and over. Different view, same information. They're just recycling information. So please be aware of a lot of people that you watch and you follow when it comes to relationship, because this is a sad conversation to continue to have, because a lot of people that's having these conversations on social media are my age and older. Like, what the hell is y'all still trying to figure out how to have a relationship? That's sad. And then we wonder what's going on with the younger generation. It's because look at the people that they following. They on social media going back and forth, yelling at each other about a damn relationship. They still don't know how to be in and have a relationship. And it's only our community, which we don't really get it. It's like, what don't y'all understand? That it's a reason why people don't want you together. They want you divided. They don't want you build a family, a culture. So we continue to recycle this damn information over and over again like we retarded. And that's how people look at us. They look at us like we retarded because we the only group of people that's constantly talking about relationships. Everybody else can figure it out. They didn't shot past us because we study talking about how we feel and how much money a person got in and do this for me. And I want a person to feel like, man, if you don't get you some business, stop playing. Like, what is we doing? We talking about relationships, and I just want a man or a woman to treat me like, and I don't like that. And man, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? And then look at the youngins. I'll be like, man, that's what's wrong with the generation nowadays. The people that they looked up to, we failed them. We don't know how to treat. Like, if you 45, then at 50, you still at the club, you still trying to find you the right man. Come on, man. It don't take all that, man. We done been through too much life experience in order to not know what a relationship is supposed to be like and how it's supposed to go. So we really need to be on these social media outlets talking about financial literacy, talking about how to help each other business wise and how to trade and buy and sell from each other instead of talking about damn relationships, especially when you have 20-year-olds. Like, what are you talking about? Your child is in their 20s. What is you on social media for trying to figure out how to be in a damn relationship when you got a grown child? You're a grandpa or a grandmother and you still trying to figure out a relationship? Really? Like you on the other end of your life. What are we talking about? Every day you here is a day closer to being gone. So think about that when you sitting up here at this age and this point in your life trying to figure out a relationship. Now I can understand being in a relationship and continue to try to grow within that relationship. Okay, that's cool. But still trying to figure out how to be in one? Single? Talking about these for the streets? Lord, you for the streets. You know what I mean? So accountability. Stop running when the relationships get serious. Stop running. Stop being a coward. And not want to be there when it's time for you to step up to the plate. You want to play the game, but you don't want to, when it's time to turn the game off, you want to take off. No, you got to stay throughout the whole situation. We got to stop as men. You got to stop running from your responsibilities when it comes to being in a relationship, taking care of your girl, taking care of your woman, taking care of your children. As women, we got to step up to the plate and really be there for your man or your husband, whether they doing good, whether they're doing bad. If they are doing bad, speak life into them. And that goes for the man too. If your woman going through something, speak life into it. Don't talk her down, talk her up. Don't beat her up because she on her cycle and it lasts a little longer than she thought it was. Hey, she going through something emotionally and physically inside that you probably will never deal with because you ain't gonna deal with it, So we gotta really understand, like, we gotta stop playing because we only got so much time to be here. So to continue, like I said, to talk about relationships, it don't even make no sense. Now, being like y'all 23 and 24, like that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? But 45? Damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. You done had a half a century to figure it out. Like, come on, man. And so if you're not a person like, okay, like I say, like for you, like I said, for you guys who ain't just out here, who could be slaying them, laying them down, spraying them down, and not sticking around. Y'all could be doing all that, but y'all not. Y'all really take the time and pick and choose who you deal with because you value yourself. And that's something that I didn't know growing up. Having sex with multiple women didn't mean nothing. That's really a lack of value for yourself because everybody shouldn't be able to have a piece of you. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you lower your value when everybody has you. You know what I mean? So I want to go ahead. Before I change topics, I do want to ask y'all, how do y'all feel about when y'all go on social media and y'all see people that y'all know 40 or better having these discussions about relationship? Has that something y'all ever thought about? And if y'all haven't, and this is the first time you really even thought about it, what's your opinion on that?
Um, you're. 'Cause, hey, I don't know anybody's story.
Right.
Everybody's different. I don't know what you've been through in your life that makes you think the way that you do, that makes you do the things that you do on a daily basis. So I can't judge anybody. But I can say that if you're at a certain age, you've had time. I feel like if me at 23, if I can take the time to really work on myself and find out these certain things that I do value and what I want to hold close to me as core values, I feel like you at some certain age you should have probably figured that out as well. And if not, hey man, keep living your life then.
Yeah, definitely.
As far as those individuals, matter of fact, I'm gonna bring an example. So, like, Fresh and Fit, the podcast.
No,
You don't know what that is?
no.
Okay. Well, it's a podcast called Fresh and Fit, and to be completely honest, I actually would say I would agree with a majority of the things he says, but he's a bit of an extremist, and he does take things too far, and a lot of the times it does come off as bashful towards women.
Nah, he's an asshole. I can't.
Yeah.
He's an asshole.
So
Both of them.
with that being said, I think he's probably 40 or so, something. He built his career off that. Kudos to you making your money, but at the end of the day, I think that is the reason why he's doing it for the money. Yeah, like he doing it for the money. You get a lot of hate, a lot of backlash, but you getting a lot of money coming from it, and he's gonna keep continuing to do it. But I mean, as far as like, there's some people that are trying to. I feel like there are some people that are trying to help, but there are some people that are trying to help, but the blind can't lead the blind. If you ain't figured it out yourself, don't come. There's a lot of people on the internet. It's a whole lot of blind trying to lead the blind. Everybody claims that they know everything. They got it all figured out. Some of y'all do. Some of y'all giving really good advice. Not all of y'all. Pick and choose. You got to have real discernment. My mom always said have discernment in this world, because there's a lot of he say, she say, and it's up to you to be able to weed out what's the real and what's the fake. And yeah, it's that.
And I appreciate y'all words and everything y'all spoke on, because once again, like I say, I'm not speaking from a person who has it all figured out, but being in a relationship and willing to go through whatever it is we have to go through, that's just what it's going to be. See, when you're in a relationship, you don't always have things figured out, but you're willing to go through it with that person to figure those things out. So that's what I mean by when I say people 40 and better and y'all still trying to figure out how to even be in a relationship. Not how to get through things when you're in one, but still trying to figure out how to be in one. That's crazy to me, because we all go through our ups and downs. It's not to point the finger at nobody. We all go through our ups and downs. We all have different challenges throughout the course of our relationships. But are you willing to go through it? Are you willing to, when you say you committed, how committed are you? Because if you continue to start over, then that means you really weren't committed. If you continue to go from relationship to relationship, like, come on. Every relationship you're in, you're going to go through things. That's just what it is. But those things should make you stronger. Those things should make you want to work harder. Those things should make you want to figure it out. Those things should make you want to be challenged and accept the challenge. Because, hey, there's some things going on in my relationship I had to figure out. Yeah, it'd be some hard times, but guess what? I'm going to figure it out. I always do. I always come out on top, because I put my trust in what I built and what I continue to build. And I won't turn away. I won't run away. I won't, when it get hard, I won't say, oh man, poor me. No. how can I make this better? How can I take this situation and turn it into something that I learned from? And not only did I learn from, but I made something good out of that situation. And my children say, dang, we thought this and we seen dad like this. And all of a sudden he boom and took us up out of there, you know? So it's all about being able to deal with whatever situation that you're dealt with when you're in a relationship and not running from it and starting all over again. When your children watching you and they watching you deal with different men, different women in and out the house and stuff like that, then they start to form an opinion of you that may not be good. So you got to definitely take heed to that and stop following these fake people on social media. Not saying all of them are, there's some good people out there, but just pay attention because views means a lot. You know, and whether they're good, whether the attention's good or bad, they still want views. I want views. I'm gonna be honest with you. I want views, but I won't sacrifice a piece of me in order to get those views. They'll come because I'm gonna continue putting out information like this, and hopefully the people that are trying to listen to something with some substance will continue to grow on my channel and things of that nature. But now I want to switch gears and ask you, both of you guys, I want to get your answer on this. When you're starting to get to know a young lady, what are some of the things that you look at in that woman? What are some of the things that you find attractive in a woman, and some of the things that you look for when you're looking to date someone?
Okay. Well, first thing, I guess I would have to say class.
Mm-hmm. When you say class, what you mean exactly? So women can understand exactly what it is you're talking about when you say class.
Okay, well, when I say class, I would define that out as how a woman carries herself.
Mm-hmm.
Her reaction to things, the way that she talks, her mannerisms, her vernacular,
Mm-hmm.
Just her overall, I guess, femininity.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If I could put it in a way,
Mm-hmm.
because if I'm looking at a woman, taking her again, first thing that I see, I have to make a judgment there. How does she present herself? So if I like the way that she presents herself, that will make me more curious to see, okay, maybe I want to get to know her. Let's see what's underneath.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so like, I feel like if she presents herself in a good way, then that's just scratching the surface. And there's a lot more to come with that. So yeah, class would be one thing. And then when I'm starting to get to know a young lady, just her interactions, like with her peers, because like loyalty, really, like does she talk bad about her peers to me when she's not around them? Because I feel like if you would do that to them, then you probably, if I do anything out of order, you're probably talking bad about me to your girlfriends, and I personally don't like that because I feel like it just breeds negative energy from your friends.
Mm-hmm.
If you bring other people into your relationship, bashing the other person all the time, because people tend to tell the bad to their friends, men and women.
Yeah.
They tend to tell the bad to their friends more so than the good.
Mm-hmm.
And then that'll give a bad image or perception of the type of person that you're dating to your friends. But yeah, so loyalty, how she interacts with people, like family and everything like that. Yeah, class, loyalty, like just really how she carries herself as a woman. Like if she's really argumentative, or if she's really outgoing in a more liberal sense, if you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, just, I don't know, how she presents herself.
Yeah.
What I am looking for in a woman, for one, I'm looking for a woman that shares the same belief system and morals that I have. With that being said, yeah, you have to have the same beliefs as me. There's no relationship that will be able to work if y'all don't share the same beliefs. You're going to be way too many disagreements. You won't be able to raise kids if y'all don't believe the same. Y'all don't share the same belief system. I'm looking for somebody that I think will one day be a good mother. I think that is a very important thing that a lot of people in 2025 don't consider. I know a lot of girls that I think aren't considering the men that they're dealing with and how they would be as fathers. And I know a lot of guys that are just looking at strictly looks and really don't care about nothing but the looks, and are willing to put up with the toxic cycles and the hate and the back and forth. That's it's not gonna work like that. I'm looking for. I would also say, like, to piggyback off what he said, how they interact with their parents, with their peers, loyalty. Loyalty's mandatory in a relationship, and I know if you're, I'm not gonna say your past is everything in a relationship, but it's a track record. If you have a track record of cheating, then now that's something that's to be in question. It just things of that nature. If you've been in a whole bunch of relationships, you have a track record of leaving relationships. That's something else to be in question. But once again, if you meet somebody off rip, that's not. I'm going based off of how you present yourself to me. So once again, have you worked on yourself? I feel like I'm not even really necessarily looking for all of these things right now at this very moment. I'm really more focused on myself right now. And with that being said, when I am looking for these things, because I know that I'm doing these things myself, I'm expecting the same as of you. And morals, loyalty, obviously looks is gonna attract me, but the personality is what's gonna keep me.
Damn.
I can say one more thing.
Oh, go ahead.
Cause yeah, like we were saying, looks do matter and that's cool and all, but there has to be something underneath that keeps me there, because I think I said it before. There's a lot of like, take me as I am, I'm hearing nowadays, and it doesn't seem like people are really willing to put the work in. Like he said, if I'm putting the work in right now, I'm not expecting, I'm hoping, really with an expectation, high key, but that I'm meeting somebody that did the same work that I did, or at least something close to it. Because if you did a little bit of work and I did a lot of work, cool, I can work with that. We can grow together as long as there's some type of base there. Mm-hmm. And that's really why I'm so big on the morals thing. And because I feel like if you have standards within yourself, then there's just certain stuff that you wouldn't do. There's certain stuff that you just don't allow because of how highly you hold yourself. If you hold yourself to a certain standard, you hold yourself to a certain value, then there's certain stuff that you wouldn't allow to happen in your life. And that's also why I believe, like you said, past is very, very prominent when you're dealing with somebody, because I hate to say it, but a lot of women say, oh, you shouldn't judge me by my past, in the sense of like a body count or something like that. But there's just a lot of stuff that plays factors. Like, it's like, hey man, it's life. It's just stuff like, because given that it can go both ways, I guess. You can say stuff like that, but I can only speak for what a man looks for in a woman. And for me personally, more promiscuous young lady is not what I'm looking for as a wife, if I were to say.
Another thing I was going to touch on real quick was I'm looking for somebody that has self-control, and that I want to see how you carry yourself when you're mad, because I've noticed a lot nowadays that people on both sides is just buck wild, out of control. They'll do anything, say anything when they mad, and they expect the other person to just put up with it. And I'm not going for that. There will be no relationship of mine where I'm just putting up with this and that for the sake of you and your way you feel. Yeah, it's okay to feel a certain way, but you have to be able to communicate and control yourself, and to just never let things escalate to a certain point.
Again, why I said class. Yeah. I feel as though a woman of true class is going to handle herself in a certain manner. Mm. If you're mad about certain things, I don't feel as like, not to say that a woman can't get mad. Everybody has feelings, so you can get mad about anything that you want to. But again, me as a classy gentleman, I'm not going to raise my voice. That's not very classy of me. I'm not going to get very aggressive. That's not classy. For you as a woman, I feel as though that's even more unclassy. If you were to be getting really aggressive and just really loud, obnoxious, all this other stuff, that's not what I'm looking for in a woman. I'm looking for a woman of class. I believe I carry myself with class.
Oh man, I appreciate everything. That was just definitely spoke on some great topics as far as like class and values of your past and all that. And I want to touch on a couple of things y'all said. Like you said take me. A lot of women said take me as I am. Well, that's cool, but what if you 500 pounds? I can't even pick you up. I ain't trying to be funny or none of that. We can't jump the broom. You know, when you jump the broom, you know, I can't do none of that. We're going to break the broom. You know, we're going to break the broom, the room, and everything else. So take me as I am just ain't going to work if you 500 pounds and you 5'8". You know, if you don't matter if you 6 foot, you know, you just 500, you know, and I don't mean just 500 pounds, I mean like you just overweight and not really paying attention to yourself. Like you said, if I put in all the work and you just put in a little bit, well, that's cool too. A little bit could be cool, but if you just we got to really take care of ourselves physically and mentally as well.
Like I said, the willingness.
Yeah.
Willing to put in the work. I can work with that. That's okay if you're a little bit overweight. I can work with
500?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Because a little bit of work gonna get you 449, 499. I mean, and what he said about the past, you know, that's big. He said you got, you know, more miles in Southwest. Hey, look, guess what? I might not want to ride on that plane, you know, because everybody didn't roll on it. You know, they got membership cards and freaking flyer miles, and I don't want that. I don't want that. I want something fresh, you know. But not to say a person's past, it is what it is, and you know, I don't have to judge you for your past, but I don't have to be with you neither. You know, it's about respect both ways. You know, I respect where you've been from, but that's not something I want, and that's okay. And another thing is, you know, like you said, them bodies. You know, you can't have a cemetery in your closet. You know, it's just not gonna work because it'll haunt you. And I'm telling you, so all those things are perfect points and perfect things as far as, you know, something that you definitely want women to know. And this is not to attack nobody, because this, like he said something that it can work both ways. So a woman might have certain qualities that she want out of a man, and one of them might be that she don't want a man who's been with a lot of different women. And you got to respect that too. Well. You know, it goes both ways. So this ain't here to bash nobody. It's just listening to people of different genders, and they telling you how they feel. Like for a woman to hear opinion of a man, it can, you know, it can go a long way, because she can say, okay, well, dang, I ain't know men thought like that or felt like that. Or, okay, I can agree with what he say, whatever the case may be, because it's good to have conversation. It's good to kind of get a feel for what each other is thinking in order to grow. In order to get to know a person, you got to have conversation, and you got to be comfortable and not be so. Sometimes people will be listening just to attack, not to take in what they heard and then form an opinion. They really want to, you know, they take a lot of things personal, and you shouldn't. Leave the emotion out of the conversation in order to grow from what's being said. You have to remove the emotions, no matter how you take it, no matter if you agree or disagree. If you can remove the emotion, then the conversation can be had instead of fighting. Because a lot of times when we go to have a conversation, it turns into a fight. Because the one person don't agree with this person, and then it's back and forth, and they go talk about some stuff you did 5 years ago. Hey, look, man, what happened to today? You still mad about, you never let that go. To even bring it up means you're still angry about that. And so we got to understand to have conversations and to be able to do this in a way where it's not taken in a negative energy type of way. Like, we got kids, we raising children. If we can't have a conversation as adults, how are we gonna have them with our children and expect them to do the same? So real quick before we get up out of here, because we got a lot to talk about, and we're gonna do this again. And all the ladies out here who watching this, hey, these men are free. They single. Hey, you might, and guess what? They got jobs. They work. They ain't sitting at home. They ain't couch warriors. You know what I'm saying? They ain't out at home fighting over who gonna watch Sports Center and all that. Like, they actually have real jobs. Like, they go to work every day, Monday through Friday, sometimes on the weekends too. Just depends. So And they don't have no children, so they don't have nobody running around at 2 a.m. knocking on the window talking about get your son, get a little Ray and all that old stuff. Little Ray knows running. You know, he ain't got none of them problems. So really they value their stock is high. You know, if you was on the marketplace right now, they'd be right up here. No children, working, they ain't running around slaying the dragon. Hey, look, you got to look like something. You got to have a conversation in order for them to even give you their time. So that's deep right there. But before we go, I want both of y'all being how old you say you were?
23.
And you?
24.
Okay, 23 and 24. Can you speak to your generation of men and women and just tell them something positive? Give them something positive from you to them that maybe it can help change somebody's thoughts on, like, even if they feel like giving up, even if they, you know, they looking for a job or they can't, they staying at home, they don't know what's going on. They don't know what to do at this point in their life. And I feel like you might have some words of wisdom to give to someone your age or anybody that's listening before we get up out of here.
Definitely. Cause honestly, I'm lost right now. I'm 23. I'm not where I want to be in life. I'm not exactly where I thought I would be 5 years ago, but I'm happy with the progress that I'm making right now today. So if I can tell y'all anything, I can tell you, find something to believe in and find somebody to believe in you. What I mean by that is find something to believe in. It doesn't matter if you're religious or not. It doesn't matter what religion you are. Find something to believe in. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I've found that me getting closer with God has boosted my energy, my overall feelings. Like I feel like I'm happier on a daily basis. Feel like I'm calmer. Used to have kind of anger problem, not kind of, but you know, life. Yeah, I feel like I've been able to calm down a little bit. Just find outlets. I play basketball. I run. I work out. I listen to music. Positive outlets. Don't find anything and try to just use it as a crutch. You can lean on a lot of things, but if you find people to lean on, it's a lot easier. And that's another reason why I said find somebody that believes in you. So you find something to believe in, that'll boost how you feel as a person in general. You find somebody that believes in you, that'll give you the battery in your back to go chase your dreams. So find somebody that believes in you, get a positive circle around you, keep it tight, keep it small. Don't have too many people around you that you call your closest friends. You can have friends, but don't have too many people around you that you would consider your circle. Have only a couple. Keep it tight. Make sure that your circle is super strong, like a family. Everybody keeps pushing each other. Everybody should be, you grow, that person grows too. I grow, that person grows too. And we just keep pushing each other. Everybody's supposed to be growing. So yeah, just find something to believe in. Find somebody that believes in you, and sky's the limit.
James's words of wisdom of the day. So sorry. For one, okay, I'm gonna talk to the guys first. To the guys, I'm 24 right now. If you a young adult, you know, maybe you just graduated high school, just graduated college, you in college right now, you never went to school, you figuring it out. It's okay. Take a deep breath. Everybody's going through the same struggles right now. A lot of like that social media stuff, everybody don't got it all figured out. You see people that's young that seem wildly successful. There are some people that are wildly successful. That's good for them, but even them, they are going through struggles as well that you don't know about. Everybody's going through their own struggles. Nobody's struggle is more important or worse than the other ones. Just focus on your own struggles. Take a deep breath. Figure out what you can do about it. It's in your control. I know sometimes it feels like you can't do nothing. The whole world's coming down on you. I've been there. But all you can do is focus on what can you do tomorrow that'll improve your day-to-day life, and go do that. Write out what exactly do you want 5 years from now. Write out what that life looks like. Write out the things that you need to do in order to achieve that, and every day start doing something off that list. That's the only way you're gonna get there. I'm not there yet. I'm just letting you know what I've done. I've done that. I've written these things out, and not every day I'm doing it, but I'm on my way. I'm making progress as much as possible. Um, it's okay. You don't have to have all your stuff together yet. No, most people haven't. If you talk to a whole most of the millionaires that you know, well, most of the millionaires out there didn't touch their first million until after they was 30. So you got time. You don't have all the time in the world. Don't act like you got all the time in the world, but you had time. Take a deep breath. Don't overthink it too much. And as far as the dating and everything, I know these girls' standards is high right now, very high. But it's okay. Just worry about what just work on yourself. Not all of them think that way. You know, don't try to generalize the entire population. Not all girls are the same. Not all these girls care about strictly money. So if you don't got it right now, that's okay. Just find somebody that's willing to build. That's what's really important, because she just wanted you for your money. It probably wasn't gonna last anyways. Now for the girls, if you out here, you feel like you're heartbroken. All these guys, they ain't shit. They not doing nothing. They cheating. None of them care about girls, whatever. Take a deep breath. It's okay. I know it might feel like that right now. A lot of people been through a lot of different situations, but worry about what's in your control. You can't control what nobody else did to you. All you can do is control what you do moving forward. And that's what I would tell my sisters, my friends, anybody, if anything's going on with them. Also as well, I'm not going to tell y'all to lower y'all standards, but I want y'all to be understanding of the man's struggle as well at this young age that we're at. I want the guys to understand what the girls are going through, and the girls to understand what the guys are going through. Because right now, all the pointing fingers, it's not going to get nobody nowhere. So, focus on what you can. I think it's great. I know right now there's a lot of independent Black women out there. I think that is great. But I think also take some time to really appreciate the relationships you have around you as well. And like, it's great to be independent and be able to take care of yourself. And but you those relationships mean everything. The relationships that you have with the people around you really mean everything. You can have all the money in the world. There's so many millionaires that have people with millions that are not happy. And there are people with way less money that are very content, have the time of their life, because they have a family that loves them, a wife that loves them, or they have relationships, they have friends that love them. They're able to go out into the world and speak life into people. And I think that's what I'm going to encourage everybody to do on both sides, is to try to speak some life into somebody today. Because when you speak life into other people, sometimes it'll help make you feel better.
Oh, before you go, real quick, give the people your social media. Let them know where they can find you at.
You can find me on Instagram at DreamBoutJ, DreamBoutJay.
You can find me on Instagram at Rasta Rocket. That's RastaRokkett. And actually, I never even said anything about dating. So real quick, real quick, for the guys, you're heartbroken. If you feel like there's no good girls out here, anything like that, bet. Take all that. Go work out. I'm gonna be completely honest. Go work out, dude. That's probably the most positive outlet you can do as a guy. Go work out. It'll make you feel great about yourself. Not saying that you have to be the best in shape guy ever to feel good about yourself. No. But health is wealth, dude. Like, you go for a run, you come back. Sometimes it's called a runner's high, and you'll be on that all day. You just feel good. Body just uplifted. Like, if you ever heartbroken, any of that, just find something. And hey, what do I think that a girl wants in a guy? I think a girl wants a good looking guy. When do I feel my best? When do I look my best? When I'm in shape. When I'm looking good. I just got a cut and I just worked out. I look good. Cool. You look good. You feel good, man. Promise you, it's gonna work out for you. Yeah, just take care of yourself. Health is wealth, man. And yeah, don't think that all the girls out here are bad. There's some good girls out here. Change your crowds, change your scenery. Maybe you'll find some. Who knows? Maybe I could be wrong. I don't know everything. I could be definitely wrong. But worth a try. And also put the work in on yourself. Make sure you read a book, read the Bible, read a verse of the Bible every day. Just do something so that you're working on yourself and so that you're growing mentally. You're not just staying stagnant and expecting other people to be good people and you're not doing anything for yourself. You got to put in work for yourself as well. Then for the females, definitely just hold yourselves to high standards. As high standards as y'all hold for everybody else, hold them for yourself. Like, don't even allow certain things to go on. Don't put yourself in those situations. Why would I even allow a guy to use me like that? Because X, Y, and Z. You didn't even put yourself in that situation because you worked on yourself. You're really putting in the work. You're not worried about a guy doing this X, Y, and Z because you're really working. You know what I'm saying? Really hold yourself to high standards. Guys too, hold yourself to really high standards. Don't just like anything walking. Don't do that with anything walking. No, really hold yourself to really high values. Hold yourself to high standards. Not everything is deserving of you. Put it like that. And think about yourself like that. Think about yourself to the highest extent. Girls as well. Think about yourself to the highest quality. Not every guy should be able to touch you. Not every guy should be able to say they had X, Y, and Z experience with you. Hold that to very minimal. And I feel like that should go for everybody.
Vetting process.
Yeah.
Both sides.
Definitely. And yeah, women, if you feel like the guy cheated on you, same thing goes for you. Go work out. What? You know how pissed he's going to be when he see you pop out with the apple bottom, what, jeans boots with the I'm telling you. Like, yeah, you pop out, slim tummy, everything put together. Dang, I know he's pissed. Pillar of salt. He's salty. Overly. Definitely. Go work out, man. Work on yourself. Don't fuss over nobody. Don't stress yourself out about nobody. Go better yourself.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that we had a wonderful show. I think we went over a lot of great topics. And I hope whatever y'all listened to, whatever y'all heard, I hope y'all heard something that can help in your day-to-day life. I hope you heard something that can motivate you. Like you said, just work out. Just do some things that's going to create a high self-esteem within yourself to where you feel like you can conquer the world as long as you continue to be consistent and disciplined throughout your day. So I want y'all to like, subscribe, follow, and hopefully these guys will come back to the show and we can do another episode and continue this whole thing because I feel like it's a vibe and I enjoyed myself. And it's good as being that, we come from two different age brackets, but we can still sit down having conversation. And that's what a lot of the older people, people my age got to understand. You can learn something from anybody. Just because you older than somebody and just because you have children that age or older, don't mean that you still can't learn because you got to know how to be a student and a teacher in order to continue to grow. So I'm both, no matter what situation I'm in. With that being said, I just want to say to everybody out there, have a wonderful day. Peace and love.